Well, there are many different ways in which you can go. Thinking back when my wife and I first went out in 1982, there weren't that many options. You were looking at long-term or not going at all. But today, I think the options are infinite. People can go short as a week, others can go for a lifetime, and you can go anywhere in between. There's the option of being a non-residential missionary, where you might be living in the U.S. And traveling back a couple of times a year and leading a specific ministry that's on the field.
One of the great things about going short-term is that it gives people just a taste of what the Lord is doing in different countries. There's this whole big world out there that the Lord has created, and it's different and beautiful.
If you go, even if it's just a short-term project for a week or two, is if you do want to be involved in missions, it's going to give you a much better idea of how to be praying for people and what ways people need support on the field.
That may mean that they are wanting to be more intentional about praying through the news as they're seeing it or reading it, or in their church they may want to volunteer more.
When we finally made a decision to come to Cambodia, this person came forward and said, hey, I've been praying for you for the past 3 years that God would lead you to Cambodia. And it was perfect for us because it really confirmed what we felt we were hearing from God.
I was going to be a foreign missionary, go out on the field, and I think if I had stayed in the States, I wouldn't be happy. My heart would always be pulling me.
There's not one missionary role, whether it's training and doing discipleship ministries, or doing different types of resource ministries in media, or making Bible study materials or books, or music, or teaching English, art. I think the Lord could use you in any way. When I was in university, I was praying with a friend of mine, really that God would show us what to do with our lives. We just realized that life wasn't about just ourselves, but we were part of God's greater purposes in this world. One of the exciting things about being on the field is not being in control of things, and then seeing God step in and provide what's needed in that situation, or provide something totally unplanned.
People coming up to us and saying, hey, are you a Christian? Could you teach us about Christ? I mean, that's unheard of in my experience growing up in America. It happens here.
You really need to be assured that this is God's calling on your life. And so prayer is a very important part of that process.
If God calls you, He's going to give you the gifting. He's going to use the passions that He's given you, the gifts and abilities that He's given you.
There's a tremendous need for people of all professions, business people, professionals of every kind.
The harvest is ripe. I think there's a real opportunity to share Christ in whatever ways, whatever giftings the Lord's given you.
People who are able to integrate their short-term experience into their lives are never the same. They go over one person and they come back a totally different person.
Take my